They promised to give power back to the people. They blamed outsiders for every problem. Sound familiar? This playbook is nearly a century old, and it's happening again. What you're about to discover will change how you see modern politics forever. The same emotional triggers that brought Hitler to power in 1930s Germany are being used today across the globe. From Trump's America to Brexit Britain, from Modi's India to Bolsonaro's Brazil, the pattern is identical. But here's what nobody talks about. This isn't politics. It's psychology, weaponized. And once you understand the formula, you'll see it everywhere. The year is 1932. Germany is in economic collapse. Unemployment soars. People are angry, desperate, looking for someone to blame. Enter Adolf Hitler with a simple message. I alone can. Fix it. The establishment has failed you. Foreigners have taken what's yours. Sound familiar? I alone can fix it. Those exact words, spoken by Donald Trump in 2016. Same playbook, different century. But here's where it gets terrifying. This isn't coincidence. It's the populist formula, and it works. Because it exploits fundamental flaws in human psychology. Identify a crisis. Economic downturn, cultural change, technological disruption. Anything that makes people feel uncertain. Find a scapegoat. Immigrants, minorities, the media, the elite, anyone who could be painted as the other. Position yourself as the sole savior. Not just another politician, but the messianic figure who alone understands the people's pain. The human brain is wired to seek simple solutions to complex problems, explains Dr. Rodriguez. When we're stressed or afraid, we don't want nuanced policy discussions. We want someone to tell us exactly who to blame and promise they'll make it all go away. This is why populist movements always emerge during times of upheaval. The Black Death gave rise to violent pogroms. The Industrial Revolution spawned nationalist movements. The 2008 financial crisis? It laid the groundwork for everything we're seeing today. But here's the problem nobody wants to admit. It's working. Across the globe, populist movements are winning elections, reshaping democracies, and fundamentally altering the political landscape. Viktor Orban in Hungary, Matteo Salvini in Italy, Jair Bolsonaro in Brazil, Narendra Modi in India. Each rose to power using identical tactics, targeting the same psychological vulnerabilities. In 1998, populist parties held power in just 4 countries worldwide. By 2018, that number had jumped to 20. Today, over 2 billion people live under populist governments. The question isn't whether populism is dangerous. History has already answered that. The question is, why do we keep falling for it? Every populist movement tells the same story. Dr. Vasquez explains. There was a golden age when things were perfect. Then they came and ruined everything. But if you follow me, we can return to that paradise. For Hitler, it was the mythical German vote corrupted by Jews and communists. For Trump, it was Make America Great Again, returning to a time when America was supposedly pure and powerful before globalization and immigration changed everything. But here's what's truly chilling. The technology has evolved, but the psychology remains unchanged. Hitler had radio and rallies. Today's populists have social media algorithms designed to amplify outrage and create echo chambers. They can micro-target specific fears to specific demographics with surgical precision. Afraid of economic insecurity? You get ads about job-stealing immigrants. Worried about cultural change? You see content about traditional values under attack. Feeling powerless? You're shown videos of your chosen leader fighting for you against the establishment. The propaganda is personalized, the delivery is instantaneous, and the reach is global. What took Hitler years to accomplish through rallies and newspapers, modern populists can achieve in weeks through viral content, Dr. Patterson warns. The amplification is unprecedented. January 6th, 2021. The United States Capitol under siege. Brexit becomes reality despite economic warnings. Hungary's democracy slowly dismantled. Brazil's rainforest set ablaze for Political gain. These aren't isolated incidents. They're the inevitable result of the populist playbook reaching its logical conclusion. Here's the moment of truth. Every democracy that has fallen to populism thought it couldn't. Happened to them. The Germans thought their institutions were too strong. The Venezuelans believed their democratic traditions ran too deep. The Hungarians trusted their European Union. Membership would protect them. They were all wrong. I was there when democracy died the first time. Dr. Steinberg says, her voice heavy with experience. The signs are unmistakable. The rhetoric, the scapegoating, the promise of simple solutions to complex problems. We're watching history repeat itself, and most people don't even realize it. The terrifying truth? Populism succeeds not because people are ignorant, but because it offers something democracy struggles to provide. Certainty in uncertain times, simple answers to complex questions, and someone else to blame for our problems. According to Freedom House, global democracy has declined for 17 consecutive years. Populist movements aren't just winning elections. They're systematically dismantling the institutions that make democracy possible. Free press? Labeled fake news and attacked. Independent judiciary? Packed with loyalists. Civil society? Defunded and demonized. Opposition parties? Investigated and intimidated. The playbook is identical everywhere because it works. So what have we learned? Populism isn't politics, it's psychology. It's not policy, it's performance. And it's not new. It's the oldest trick in the authoritarian handbook, dressed up in modern clothes and amplified by modern technology. The rise of populism from Hitler to Trump reveals an uncomfortable truth about human nature. When we're afraid, we'll trade freedom for the promise of security. When we're uncertain, we'll embrace simple lies over complex truths. When we're angry, we'll follow anyone who promises to punish our enemies. But here's the silver lining our experts want you to remember. Awareness is the first line of defense. Once you understand the formula, you can't unsee it. Once you recognize the pattern, you can't be manipulated by it. Democracy isn't perfect, but it's perfectible. It's messy, but it's honest about its messiness. It doesn't promise simple solutions because real problems don't have simple solutions. The choice is ours. Do we learn from history, or do we repeat it?